So today's topic is history of fundamental rights. Okay, so what is the fundamental rights, how it is arrived, where it have formed, where firstly it was formed. Okay, these are all related to this topic. Before going to the topic, I would like to introduce myself advocate Geethakrishnan. So today's topic is history of fundamental rights. So the first fundamental rights have arrived, first they have enforced in the England. Okay, why? Because in the year 1215 in England there is a king named John. There is a king named John. He actually like to do the multiple wars. He used to do multiple wars with different countries. So when we are doing the wars, what happened? There will be lot of economical losses. In these economical losses, when the money is going on, there is a lot of losses in the economy. What they have to do? They have to collect the funds. So King John used to collect the excessive taxes. So what is the excessive means? Excessive means high amount of taxes. Where he is collecting these taxes? From his ministry people and his people. Okay, ministry people and also the people who lives in the country. Okay, so when the ministry persons are failed to pay, what he is doing? He is taking their property. What he is doing? He is collecting their property. He is taking their property and he is sending them to the prison. So in this prison there is a very much unfair treatment. Okay, in this prison there is having very unfair treatment going on. So what is that? They did not give any food. They are not giving any food. They are making them to starve until they have dead. So by this the civil war is going on in the country. So what will happen? The people are started opposing the King John, and all the ministry people also get some distrust on this king. So what they have did, all the ministers people are came together and they got an idea. What is this idea? They're having an idea of an agreement. So they decided to draft an agreement. In that agreement they have written what have they written in that agreement? They have written the rights of ministry and king and what they want. Like in this agreement they have mentioned fair trial should be done. Before sending into the jail, they have to do the fair trial, right to property. Okay, right to property, religious. What is meant by religious? Like they can't force any religion to shift, or they can't them to convert into the other religion, like the religious thing. And widow's right. These all are written in this agreement. So this agreement was signed by the John. So the King John signed this agreement. What is this agreement? This is the first agreement which was written by the people, and it's actually written about the people's right. So this is the first agreement which was the people's rights are written in this document, and it was signed by the King John, and it became as a Magna Carta. It is called as Magna Carta. So this is the first document which was signed for the people's welfare, and it is called as Magna Carta, and it is enforced in 19 June 1215. So this when this was agreement was enforced, we can clearly see that no one is above the law. No one is above the law. So this came in England. So this is the fundamental rights which was came in England. So next we are seeing about the US. So US we also know as United States of America. In 1776, in the year of 1776, they have declared their independence, which means US became as an independent country. Okay, US became as an independent. There is no people above them. They have enjoying their freedom. Okay, in 1776 they are enjoying their freedom. Okay, so after some years they have made the constitution. In year of 1787 they have did the US constitution. They have made the US constitution. So in that they have mentioned about the federal power. They have mentioned about the federal power, establishing of supreme power, supreme courts, and all the federal power and presidential powers. They have written almost everything, but not belonged any right to the people. So here the people started asking, where there is no laws, for us, there is no proper laws for us. So they decided, okay, we also want something for our welfare and all those things. So here James Madison, so he's a person, James Madison. He started amendments. He has started the amendments. He started amendments of 10 amendments. In these 10 amendments, he stated rights of accused person, rights of accused person, and also freedom of speech. Okay, so like that he have kept some amendments in that. So those amendments all completely came together is called as Bill of Rights. Okay, there is a person James Madison, he have kept the 10 amendments for the people's welfare. In that, right of accused person, freedom of speech and votes, these all are comes together in an agreement which is called as Bill of Rights, which he inspired from the Magna Carta. So he inspired by seeing the document of Magna Carta, and he have kept the Bill of Rights in year of 1790. So US declared independence at 1776, and 1787 they have written the constitution. In 1790 they have kept the Bill of Rights. Okay, so this is the England and this is the USA. Now coming to the India, how fundamental rights are arrived in India. Okay, how the fundamental rights are arrived in India. So here in the year of 1895, in the year of 1895, Lokamanya, so his full name is Lokamanya Tilak. Okay, he is having an idea of Swaraj Bill. Okay, he is having an idea of Swaraj Bill. So the main intention of Swaraj Bill is fundamental rights and self-governance. Okay, in 1895, Lokamanya Tilak having an idea of Swaraj Bill, which is the fundamental rights plus self-governance. Okay, so in this what happened? He clearly wanted freedom of speech and vote, right to vote, and privacy. These are the things he wanted. Okay, we all know that Britishers have ruled us in 1757 to 1947. So the basic things he was asked in the Swaraj Bill is like freedom of speech and right to vote and right to privacy. These are the very much made things, but they have mentioned these in the Swaraj Bill. Okay, so what British government have did? The British government said that in government of Indian Act, which is 1919 was came in that year. So they have said that Government of Indian Act 1919 see when they see that the British government, he said that you are not capable of making your own drafting constitution. You are not, Indians are not capable to make an constitution. Okay, Indians are not capable of making of constitution. This was said by British, and they have kept a person. Who is that? He is the John Simon. They said that this John Simon will help you to keep the reforms. Okay, this John Simon will help you to keep the reforms. By that, India, what they want, they can tell to the Simon Commission, and they will be execute what they were like that. Here, when the John Simon Commission was came, this John Simon have kept 6 Britishers in this commission. So here we can see that John Simon is a Britisher, and also he have kept 6 Britishers in that Simon Commission. So how come Indian people's wants and dislikes and what they want, they can't be published in the Simon Commissions? This what raised in our Indian people. So the Indian people started firebacking on the Simon Commission. They want Simon Commission to be dismissed. This Simon Commission should be dismissed. So when this all is going on, the John Simon Commission is going on, 6 Britishers are there, and they are saying India people is not capable of making the constitution. These all are going on that period. Lal Lajpat Roy, he is an freedom fighter. He was killed by the British police custody. Okay, he was died in the British police custody. So when this Lal Lajpat Roy was killed by the British custody, all our Indians are outbursted. They are like too much of anger, and they wanted to kill everyone like that. So the Indians are too much of aggressive. So what happened after this all things? Bhagat Singh, Rajguru, and Sukhdev, these all are what they have did. These 3 persons have killed some of the police authorities. Okay, So here the full fire on is going on between the Britishers and our India. Here Simon Commission was dismissed. Simon Commission was not successful. Okay, so after that Indian National Congress, this Indian National Congress is started working on our Indian constitution. Like Indian National Congress wanted to start something for our Indian people. So in 1928 Nehru have written some report that is called as Nehru report. Okay, Nehru have written a report. In this report he mentioned self determination. Self determination. What is mean by self determination? So he said that we can make our own constitution. We don't need anyone's help to make our drafting constitution. We can make on ourselves, so there is no need of any person, he said. And second thing, dominance status. Dominance status, he said that okay, as like Australia, like Canada, we will be under not under, we will be part of you. What he means we are part of you. We will be the part of the Britishers. We want we can be under of you or a part of you, but we want some powers. Okay, like dominant status means we will be okay to be the part of you. Okay, so the third thing is fundamental rights. The third thing he mentioned is fundamental rights. So if the Britishers are not done these three things, we want if the Britishers are not accepting these three things in the year of 1 year, we will declare Purna Swaraj, which means complete independence. Purna Swaraj means complete independence. So the Britishers are not accepting self-determination or the dominant status or the fundamental rights, we will declare as the Purna Swaraj. So automatically the Britishers are cancelled these three things, or they did not accept that, they dismissed this report. So hence what did Nehru in Lahore in the year 1930, he publicly announced, we want full independence, not the dominant status. We don't need any more dominant status. We don't need any more. We don't want to be part of the Britishers, or we don't want anything from the Britishers. We want full independence in the 1930. It is called as Lahore session. Okay, so in this Purna Swaraj, this is the idea came. So when he was stated in 26th Jan 1930, he declared we want complete independence. So this day is should be remembered when we have decided to have Purna Swaraj. Okay, on this day we have decided to want Purna Swaraj. Okay, so after that after going on some years, we got the independence, and we got the we have made the constitution, and we have drafted the constitution. In the 26th November 1947, we finally completed writing the constitution. But to remember this day, 26th Jan 1930, we have waited up to 26th Jan 1950 to enforce the constitution. Okay, so we waited to 26th Jan just to remember the Purna Swaraj, 26th Jan 1950 to enforce the constitution, to remember the Purna Swaraj. Okay, so by that we have kept enforced the constitution on the 26th Jan 1950, which we also celebrate as Republic Day. Okay, so in the Lahore in 1930, Nehruji is publicly announced that we want full independence. So that day is 26th Jan 1930. On that day he was decided we wanted the full independence. To remember that day, we have waited up to 26th Jan 1950, 26th Jan 1950 to enforce the constitution, even though we have completed our constitution on 26th November 1949, but still we waited up to the 26th Jan to remember this date. On that date we have enforced the constitution, so it is celebrated as a Republic Day. Okay, so now coming to the point, Karachi resolution. So keeping this apart, Karachi. So what is the Karachi resolution? So the Britishers have kept salt tax. In Karachi resolution, what happened means salt tax was came. What is salt tax? No buyers, no sellers. No buy, no sale. Okay. So here what happened? Salt is a minimum luxury good. Okay, salt is a very much minimum good. There is no person to be like to purchase or to be buy like that. Okay, so salt is a bare minimum thing. For that also they have keep the tax. So by seeing this, all the freedom fighters have get the too much of angry, and they decided like, okay, we have to do such reform or against on the Britishers. So Gandhi have kept in 11 demands. He asked 11 demands to the Viceroy Irving. He is a person, Britisher. Okay, he is a British officer. So Gandhiji have sent 11 demands to the Viceroy Irving. Okay, to seek the proper spelling of the Viceroy Irving. Okay, he is a person. Gandhiji have said that 11 demands on the Viceroy Irving. So he said that if you are not abolishing the salt tax, you have to abolish salt tax. Alcohol ban should be done. Alcohol ban. Okay, you have to release the political prisoners. They have illegally arrested many of the political persons of our India. So he asked to remove the political persons from the prison, alcohol ban and salt tax. Like these 7 demands he was asked to the Viceroy Irving. So this person, what he did? He did not agree. He did not agree. So Gandhiji said that, okay, I will do dandy march. What he will do? Dandy march. So he started walking from March. He was starting march from his Sabarmati ashramam to Dandi. And the main purpose of this march is he is going to the Dandi to produce salt and to sell the salt. So all the persons who are the against to the Britishers was arrested. All the persons who are against to the Britishers are arrested. So here this civil disobedience movement was started. Civil disobedience movement started. It's very much popular in our India, civil disobedience movement, because salt is a very much bare minimum. We are also have to pay to the taxes for the bare minimum thing. So the Gandhi was marched from Sabarmati ashram to the Dandi. So while they are going, they have arrested by the Britishers many of the persons who was arrested. So the disobedience movement was started like too much, and everyone was marching and yelling at the British government. So finally they have signed a Gandhi and Irvin was signed the agreement. They have signed the agreement. Okay. So what they have stated in this agreement? So Gandhi asked to remove 60,000 to 90,000 of political prisoners should be released. So Gandhi demanded to be released the prisoners. And Irvin was asked to stop this civil disobedience movement. Okay. Irvin was asked, the Britisher was asked to stop this movement, and Gandhiji is asked to remove those 60,000 to 90,000 of the prisoners. So this is the Karachi movement. Okay. So in this Karachi section, it was very much important. So after this, what happened in 1931, Bhagat Singh and Sukhdev and Rajguru, these 3 persons were hanged by these 3 persons was hanged by the Britishers. Okay. So here the fire was started. So this is what is that? Nehru report and Lahore session and now Karachi session. These are the 3 important things. Okay. So finally, what happened in Karachi session? What we wanted in Karachi session? We want fundamental rights, basic fundamental rights, and social, economical, political independence. Okay. These are the things we needed. Okay. So these later became as a national economic program. Okay. National economic program. Later it was a main thing to become as a directive principle of state policy. Okay. DPSP part 4 of our constitution. So This social, economical and political independence have become as a national economic programming, and it was a later have become as a directive principle of state policy and fundamental rights. Okay, so this Karachi resolution and Nehru report, which Purna Swaraj and these fundamental rights and these social, economical and political powers have become a main thing to our constitution. Okay, so this how these two fundamental rights and these social, economical and political powers have become as a main motto to become a constitution, to make a constitution. Okay, reminding reminding how the Constitution Assembly is formed, how the Constitution cripples mission, Constitution Assembly cripples mission, drafting of Constitution, and the fundamental rights will be explained in next video. If you did not understand what I have said, please comment below. Let me know where you are not understanding. And sorry for my handwriting. It's like my usual handwriting. If you are not understand, I will make a clear note on this again. Thank you for watching. Thank you.